Come to a comfortable seat on your mat and close your eyes and tune into the breath. Let the seat be yours. Any prop you'd like to use, any leg configuration is good. And drop it into the breath. That comfort of returning home. Gazing inward, tuning inward. On your next breath in, sweep the arms up. Bring hands to heart. Thank yourself for showing up. Plant your seed of intent. What are you working on cultivating through your practice? When complete, extend the arms and open the eyes. Exhale, release the hands. We're gonna be keeping a nice pace today. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the chin. Exhale, arms come down. So we're gonna see what we can do throughout our movements. To first and foremost, we're gonna do a couple more of these to create this marriage of movement and breath. Notice how they facilitate each other. The inhale, the widening of the ribs helps with the reach up. The exhale, the drawing inward as the arms come down. And one more, inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to take the arms in another direction as we raise up onto the knees. So if you weren't joining me on your knees and shins, let's reconfigure and meet here now, okay? Because it will get a little tricky. So I know you could set it any other way earlier, but now you want to join me here, okay? If you're not comfortable being on your knees, place your blanket underneath and give yourself a little extra padding, all right? Let this movement really come from the shins, the ankles, the feet. Inhale up. And then exhale, slow, coming down. Inhale, press up, a little more dynamic. Exhale, slow, coming down. Let the shoulders reach forward with the arms, hold here, pick up the hip points, and then exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. Inhale up, nice, exhale down. Adding on, inhale up. Turn on the glutes, exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, inhale up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale up tall, exhale down. Okay, this next one, a little more intention. Inhale up. Imagine you're doing a pull-up. So pull up as the shoulders go down, and then you're pushing that ceiling away. Press it back up and release down. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down. Create that tension, and then press the ceiling back up and release down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down, and then press up and release down. Nice. Inhale up, and let's stay here this time. Release the right hand down. That may be a block, that may be the hip, that may be a float. Reach and side bend. Inhale up. Right arm up. Exhale, side bending to the left. Inhale up, switching it out. Exhale, bend. Reach down, reach over. Inhale up, switch it out. Shoulder drops, left shoulder drops, right arm reaches over. Again, inhale. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Nice. Inhale, reach. This time, right hand's coming down, left leg extending out, okay? As the left leg extends out, knee and toe are pointing same direction you're looking. Hand can be on the ground. You can prefer a block if you'd like. You're gonna just press that left leg up and then exhale, close it in, okay? Same side. Inhale, exhale, lift, reach, and then close it in. Let's go a little quicker. Inhale will take you to that star. Exhale will close you in. Again, inhale brings you to the star. Exhale closes you in. One more. Inhale brings you to the star. Hold, and then just set the leg down. Lifting up here, side bend. Only difference is, remember that knee pointing forward? Turn the knee and toe now away from you, like that triangle or warrior two leg. Over. Nice. See if you can keep the leg there. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, bend it again. Inhale, lengthen out, using the base. Exhale, bending over. Awesome. Inhale, coming out. Nice one, reaches, right? Really reaching through, keeping some tension in the system. Inhale. Last one. Exhale, hold here. Hold here. Consider taking the left arm up and then press both hands away. Inhale yourself out. And then exhale, close it in. Have a seat. Do the same thing on the other side. I got my blanket in the way, so I'm going to move that on out of the way. Okay, we're going to come on up. Inhale up. Exhale. Taking the left hand down. Extending the right leg out. And again, knee and toe are facing away. Okay? You're going to lift it up. Here. Nice. And then exhale. Come on. And down. And up. Nice. And back. And coming down. Up. And releasing. Working this outer hip, right? Hand coming down, stabilizing. And up. And down. One more. Up. Awesome. Now as the leg comes down, rotate the knee and toe away from you and bend towards it. Awesome. Coming on up. And back through, bending towards it. And again, bending towards it. One more, coming up. Bending towards it. Holding, right, that right arm. Press it away. Lift the right hand and see if you can press both away. And then use that coming on up. Awesome. And exhale, have a seat. Let's turn to face towards the top of the mat, or at least I'm going to. So I'm coming around, hands and knees. Okay. Inhale, cow pose. Nice sway back. Exhale, press and round, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, press and round, cat pose. Again, inhale, cow. Exhale, tops of the feet, push down, hold here. And then release all fours. Extend the left leg back, toes on the ground, the right hand out if you want to go for both. And inhale, lift. And exhale, elbow to knee center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee center. Inhale, lengthen, hold here. Take the right thumb down, palm away, press back. And then reach. If you want to capture the foot, bend the knee, there it is. And then kick, 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 kick. The kick is reaching not only the foot away from you, but the toes up towards the sky and lightening the load on the earth. And undo with care. Arm comes back to center. Tuck them in. And then release. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Again, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral, inner elbows presenting forward, right leg goes back, toes on the ground, left arm out, and then they both lift. Reach, and then exhale, tuck in. Inhale, reach, exhale, tuck in. Inhale, reach, exhale, tuck in. One more, inhale, reach, exhale, tuck in, and then reach it back, be here. Rotate left arm inward, thumb down, press the hand back, reach it back, feel the chest lift up, and if you want to bend the leg, maybe you capture the foot, okay, and then kick, 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 kick. Keep pushing the floor away, chest is open, you're building out a cow. And then undo with care, undo with care. Extend the leg, take the arm back forward, elbow to knee one last time, and then release. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, sit back, child's pose. Okay, we're gonna play here. So from child's pose, take the hand a little further away from you. And then inhale, come forward. Exhale, tilt the tail, hips come back. Back to child's pose. You're gonna lengthen the arms out even further. And now you're working that pull forward. And that exhale back. Let's come back into those two shapes of the spine. Inhale as you pull forward, think of a little bit of rounding. And then exhales, you press back, tilt the tail, cow. Right, so that little bit of cat draws you forward. And that cow takes you back. Okay, so we're thinking of this wave rolling through the spine, the hollow pulling up, and the arch taking back. Next time, we're gonna go ahead and draw ourselves, if you wish, to down dog. All right, walk the legs out, bending one and then the other. Rhythm with the breath. Hips are high. Maybe you're better suited with hands elevated onto blocks. I want the arms out in front of me, hips drawing back away from me. And then bend just the right leg. Walk hands back towards the feet. The right leg is bent, working ribs to thighs. Inhale, lift the chest, float the arms, and then sweep the arms forward as you lift up. And then reverse that coming through. Exhale forward, knee is bent, arms bent. And then release the heel, two knees bent. Inhale, bend just the left leg, straighten the right, okay? Now lifting up through the chest, working that connection, right? Seeing about floating the arms back, reaching through, lifting up. Exhale, reach through the ring fingers, a swan dive down, left knee bent, ribs to thigh connection. And then release. Inhale, half lift, two straight legs, reach back, circle up. Exhale, forward fold, long spine down. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, walk back out to that down dog. All right, maybe you feel a little more solid in the legs in the back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take our spinal rolls, right, that wave-like motion now in our down dog, and we're gonna end up eventually coming all the way to up dog should you wish. Remember, you can get off the ride anytime, okay? Inhale onto the toes, round spine forward, and then set the knees down, tilt the tail, hips shift back, and the knees lift up. Inhale, rounding, there's that cat back, knees down, pivoting to cow, and lifting up. Again, inhale forward, exhale, back and up. One more, inhale forward, exhale, back and up. Nice. Inhale forward, hold, knees down, up dog, knees down. Take a breath, okay. Exhale, press away, pull the belly in, up and back. Okay. Inhale forward, knees down, up dog, breath, exhale, press, pull belly in, hips up, toes under, through. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, rounding, knees down, up dog, exhale, tuck toes, press, pull the belly in and the hips up back. And then here we go all the way if you want to continue through. Inhale, up dog, right to the tops of the feet. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, round spine coming through up dog. Right? Make sure you're protecting your back. Exhale, back up and through. One more. How am I protecting my back? That means I may be putting my knees down. I'm going to go for a smaller range of motion. And I'm definitely making sure I'm supporting pelvic floor and lower abdominals. And then inhale, knees down. Sit back, child's pose. Sitting back through child's pose, just giving a moment for the breath. I really want to lengthen out the arms, and we're going to come and give the shoulders some love. I know they were just doing a lot of work, okay? So arms are out. Nice stretched out child's pose. Just the left hand down. We're going for shoulder rolls on the right. So as you come up, you're rolling that whole arm around, but really it's from the shoulder. So you might even like to do bent arm, let the elbow lead the way. You can think about doing this really overdone, big old freestyle with one arm and back and up and around and back. And we'll go one more, right? And then as you come down here, set that right hand down. Be in your child's pose for a moment. Tune in right and left side. And then get ready. Right hand is down. Grip through the fingertips. Left arm circles up. And exhale, press back. Inhale, left arm circles up. Exhale, press back. Inhale up. Exhale, press back. Inhale up. Exhale, press back. Inhale up. Exhale, press back. 3 more. Up. Try to keep that right arm straight as you roll through these. Up. And this would be our last one. Bringing it down and setting back. Lift out the head and heart just a little bit. Let's side bend it. Over to the left, lengthening through both sides, right? Reaching way out and beyond. And then up through center. Let's take it from the mid over to the right. Lengthen out here, that nice long angle out to the right. And back through the mid. And then moving forward, tuck those toes, lift the knees. Let's return to down dog. Walk hands back to the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Bend the right knee as we did earlier, nice and light on the toes, working this rib to thigh connection, right? And really try to lengthen the heart further forward. From here, draw the hands back, lift the chest up, and then as you come up, can you get higher and higher and higher and higher on the toes until you lift the whole foot in general, right? Knee up, standing tall. And then maybe interlacing back of the thigh or around the shin and knee, and see if you can pull that knee up a little taller. Taking the whole spine width, the postural support, elbows bent, shoulders hugging down the back body. Awesome, right hand only, takes the right leg out to the right, and then coming in for tree without the grab, just see where it lines up, working that strength. Foot inside the leg, both legs pressed to each other. And coming for some stability, and maybe some clarity right in the tree. So as we come to balance poses, we think of these of having a meditative quality. Right? So with that, we really need the softer side of the pose, not so much gripping and fighting. The breath smooths out, the gaze, the drishti is a single point, not straight down, out to the distance. That could be the floor or belly height, chest height. Or challenge that balance and keep and look up. Okay, picking up right leg and then set it down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, folding. You're gonna bend the left leg, okay? Lifting the chest first to start, bending the left leg, really turning on the spinal muscles. And then again, we're gonna float the hands back, we're really, really light on the right toe, left toes as you keep pushing into the right foot and lift up, right? So that press down is gonna take me up. Awesome. Give a hug, maybe lifting higher here, knee coming up towards the armpit, towards the shoulder, hugging it. Right? Feeling that forearm and bicep strength. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then the knee goes out to the side. Right? You're helping it high, but no help with the tree, right? Just bring that foot inside the leg and work through. And press into each other. And then by little, right, keep creating a softness in the outer layers of the body, right? The bones stack. The lines of energy are long and unbroken. But again, we try to experience a soft quality of the shell. Making your way out, bringing it up, and setting it down. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, folding. Inhale, look forward. And then walk it out, down dog. Keep pressing away, hips up and back. Right heel lifts, push that right heel up high. Release it down. Inhale, shift to the hands, lifting on the toes, plank. Exhale, dog again, pressing to the back end of the mat. Okay, strong, strong, strong. The left leg, push through the heel, lift it up. Three-legged dog. So it's a strong, energized leg that lifts. And then keep the control as it comes down. Inhale, shift forward. Right. We awoke the core with all that wave-like motion and movement, and now we're really challenging its strength, right? Drawing towards the center we first did for balance, right? Everything's got to hug the center. Now we're going to see about taking the right hand up. So this is a three-legged dog without a hand. The right hand can come back towards the right foot, up towards the right hip, reach up, keep going over. And then release the right hand down. Push, inhale, shift forward for a moment. Get this nice even push back on both. Keep that action, take the left arm right on up. In fact, that might even help you to get right into it. Left hand either is reaching towards on the floor, back by the foot, up by the hip, or up over the air. And then release it down. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knees down. All right, let's give a little love for the shoulders after that work. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple here. And we're gonna do first, I Dream of Jeannie. So I love I Dream of Jeannie. Love that show. So fun. Love how she fit in that little bottle. Anyways, remember what she did? Hand on hand. I don't know. Maybe you're younger than me and you don't remember, but anyways, arm over arm, right? She did like this. So this is exactly what we're gonna do. The only difference is I don't know if she bopped actually. Did she hit her forearm and her forehead? We're gonna try to drop the head through that space. So the height of your blocks will help determine really what feels right for you and how you like your hips to sit. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure they're spaced enough so I can get an elbow and a hand, an elbow and a hand. And then again, maybe you like your hips up and drop into this space, or maybe that's too much in the shoulders and you want your hips down, okay? So I can draw my hips back to my heels or up higher. I can change again, maybe you like a higher block, more space to drop through. And for a moment here, you are just dropping, right? You are just dropping. Let your ribs splay, just drop. You get the sink in the back. It feels like cow, okay? Then you're just using the blocks to push the arms in and feel how that started to already change. So here the arms are resting, dropping the belly. Now you're just pressing the arms into the block. Feel how that neutralized a bit of the back bend. And then the only extra thing is to pull the ribs in and lengthen through the tail. Right, so I'm still working. I feel like somebody's got my hips in this tug of war and my arms are really anchored, right? Because I'm gluing them to the block. So now I've got a lot of action happening, actually 360 on my shoulders. Coming up through the triceps as well. Awesome. And then lift up, right? Take a moment. You're just switching the other arm on top. So it will change the experience. Switch opposite arm on the bottom. And again, we're gonna start just kind of with that dump, right? As much as it feels right to you, you can tilt that tail. It's a nice way to start into it, and then just let the chest drop, much as that works. Now, again, just press the arms into the block. Right? Feel what that did for you, and then release it. And press the arms into the block. And release it. One more. Press the arms into the block, then pull the ribs in a little bit and get longer. Get longer. So I'm not overly trying to round. It may feel like you are doing a little bit of cat back. You're really kind of not. You're just trying to neutralize out of the dump from pulling the ribs in towards each other and lengthening the tail back. Head can hang, shouldn't be part of the issue. And then release, working your way up. Woo, woo, woo. Got one more in ya? Okay. We're doing prayer over the head. So in this one, elbows again are coming to the blocks. You want to be careful because it's really tempting to let those elbows kind of splay out wide and get into this positioning. You want the elbows to come in. You want to feel like you're wrapping that tricep around. You're creating space between the shoulder blades, not sinking and dumping them in together. So that's a great little spot to do. I want to feel my shoulder blades rounding a bit from each other as I lengthen into this. Again, not a bit of tug of war, whether your hips are high or low and your blocks are high or low, okay? So here we go. We're going an elbow and an elbow. And I actually like to have it so that it's not just my elbow bone, it sits back a little bit more so it starts to pull the base of the long head of the tricep. Like I like it to grab some of that tissue with it, not just on an actual elbow bone, okay? I find that to be a pretty big difference. Hands are in prayer, thumbs are locked, so the thumbs cross to lock the prayer. And then again, we're coming back. You can go for the dump first, and that helps. So really you can see I've got more of my arms on than just the elbow, and then I'm just going to neutralize that a little bit. And I'm pulling the ribs in, feeling this tug of war. The hands can continue back behind, thumbs towards the neck if that's fine, or I can keep them out higher. Shifting the hips back. Pressing just a little into the block, creating some tone. Let's take 3 more breaths while we're here. And then release and come to a seat. Okay, got one more way that we want to work with those shoulders in the block, but we're going to break this one down first without the blocks, and then we're going to play with the blocks with it, okay? So from this one, you're going to bring your elbows towards each other, right? Elbows and forearms towards each other. And let's just get some movement. I know those shoulders have been in this position of stretching overhead, but here you're going to take the arms overhead and then back at the hands, come together, right? And then up through and around this pranic bath, right? Inhaling, breath washing over, rotating, exhale, coming around. Let's just do one more. Inhale over, exhale around. Okay, now as they meet, okay, you're going to see how high you can lift the elbows and the hands away from the body, keeping them together. Okay, so we're going to keep them together. Just kind of changing my view here a little bit for you guys to keep them together. Right, and then the only thing that's going to change, this is so hard for me. Squeeze the elbows, take the hands apart without them coming in. Do you feel that? Yeah. 3. Right, 2. Awesome. And then release. Okay, that's what we're gonna do on a block with a block. All right. So first, if I take my block, hand, that same side of the hand, which is the pinky side of the hand, I'm gonna pick up the block, okay? My elbows are gonna work a little bit towards each other, so they're narrower than the block, okay? And then I'm gonna see how high I can begin to lift that block. Maybe it comes over, raise the chalice. So it's that same motion of the hands beginning to come overhead, but I'm not letting my elbows draw apart. I'm keep squeezing my elbows together, and I'm keeping my thumbs working away from me. Nice. Okay, so this is it. And you can, like, depending on where you go, right, you can get a sense of how high those elbows are lifting, where you might find your kind of break point on the block. So we're going to come into that same position, in other words, with the elbows on the block and the chest drawing down, the hips back, but we're going to hold the block with the upper arm. So my block on the ground, it's mid-height, length, horizontal. Okay, so it's the same, it's matching just like this block here. All right, I'm gonna come forward and you can see your block's narrow, right? My block's narrower than my shoulder, so I need to keep my elbows closer together. And then I'm not holding with the palms, I'm gonna try to hold with the side, the baby pinky side of the hand. Okay, and then from here, right? So there's like your raise the chalice, and then you're trying to get lower in here without overly dumping. Shifting back, again, always kind of that little tug of war happening. Yep, after this, you're gonna wanna go find that tune-up shoulder, right? Those tune-up shoulder techniques to get into those dishes, right? If they're gonna feel sore after this. Maybe that's just me. I'll be doing that. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then releasing your way through. All right. Take your block that you just used. We're going to come to a chest opener. We're going to give just a break for the shoulders, and then we're going to come back and work into some hips and legs. Okay. So how would you like to configure this? One's for the back of the heart, one's for the head. Do you want the middle? Do you want low and flat? Right? What do you want to do? But you're coming down, back of the shoulder blades, and then head. Okay. Coming down to the elbows. You can use that positioning with the hands to adjust so your block coming really towards the tips of the shoulder blades. They flatten and draw in. And then I've got my other block for my head. If that feels uncomfortable on my neck, I probably will lift my head block a little bit higher. Try to avoid it going too high. That's kind of usually unnecessary. Right? And then the shoulder blades are going to go wide as they come over the block. And you just might be able to find that sweet spot where the edges of the blocks are getting into that edge of the external rotators that we're just working really hard in that those overhead arm holds, the flexion, a deep flexion of the shoulders. All right, send the breath up into the heart, and exhale it down across the chest, across the shoulders, and out the hands. And exhaling it out. And there's another arm position you want to go for. We're going to do about 5 more breaths. We're just going for about 10 breaths total. So we're getting a good 90 seconds or so in this posture. Okay. Making your way out, support the head and the hands, elbows to the sky, into the chest, hands plant, elbows plant, press it up. Okay, let's bring the blocks down by the lower half of the body. We're going to use them for some play with the hips, and lower onto your back, nice and stable. Legs extend out, let the legs shake out. And then bring the legs as if you're standing in Tadasana. Okay, that means my feet are flexed, my heels are reaching away, my toes are up, my legs are grounded. I've got a slight tuck of my tail, not a lot. My legs are really active here. Soften the front ribs. I don't need those doing anything extra. And then from here, pick up the right leg, robot style, and then bend the knee into the chest. Awesome. Curling up, working an imprint. Chin to the chest, imprint, rounding up, and reach beyond the feet, or the foot, I should say. Foot, pulling the end. If you want to go ahead and grab that foot, you can pull it in even more, and then maybe maintain and hold. 3, hold, 2. Awesome. Lowering down, take that right leg straight to the sky, and then try to balance out the sensations of the hips hitting the mat. Okay, let's try a straight leg. Again, imprint, exhale, curling up here, reaching beyond the right leg or up to the foot, or grab the foot, reach towards the foot, grab the foot. We keep the left leg long and then lower down and release the leg. Okay, 2 legs are lengthening out again. Trying to work that balance through the hips. Gluing now the right leg. Okay. Nice. Working imprint, knee comes in, you curl up. Working knee towards forehead, reaching beyond. Trying to keep that right leg down. Imprinting. If it's within you and you want to grab the foot and pull it towards you, keep pushing the right away. Maybe reaching beyond. 1, 2. And release all the way down. Again, work the anchor points of the hips, the shoulders, and then navel to back. Straight leg reaches up, heavy, straight. There it is. And then imprint navel, chin to the chest, curling up. And a straight leg reach here. Reaching away, reaching up, grabbing the foot, holding beyond the foot. Staying with 3, staying with 2, and releasing 1. Inhale. Exhale, both knees come in, curl up. Maybe finding your feet, tucking in further, little ball. Maybe you can stay with it, letting go. 3, knees together, 2. And just feet on the ground after that one. All right, arms by your sides. Toes pointing away from you, bridge lift. Exhale up. Find a spot where you can breathe. Nice. Exhale, lower down. All right, let's grab the block. And we're going to go ahead and start with the block narrow. Okay, so it's on the most narrow between the knees. Arms lengthened by your sides. Reaching towards heels. Breath in. And then press into the feet. Lift up. Squeeze in through the block. Tailbone's trying to point to the back of the knees. And exhale, lower down. Awesome, okay. Now let's take the block and go midwise, okay. Note, you can expand the foot stamp, okay. So the feet can go wider to accommodate the block. They can stay more in that alignment and just let the thighs go wider, right? What works for you and the mechanics of your body, all right. Take that breath. And then again, through the feet, press it up. Beautiful. Exhale, lower down. Okay, keep the feet where they are as you can, but open the knees, remove the block, and then the block goes the widest. Okay, goes the widest. Now, if you can, bring your feet even a little closer together. And the block is wide, okay? And the block is more kind of not on the knees, but a little higher than tucked in. You'll probably need that spacing base because it's nice and wide. Narrow the feet out a little bit and then squeeze the block together a whole bunch with the hope of widening through the back of the pelvis. So as I squeeze the block, the front of my hips draw closer together, right? We visualize. And the back side of the hips dry wider together, wider away from each other. Front hips closer together, back hips wider away. Okay, that's what the intent is. I'm holding this big old squeeze, 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 squeeze. 5 more seconds, trying to talk you through it. And then release. We're going up again, but by all means, adjust your feet so they are grounded to lift you up. Press up here. Holding. Holding. And then lower down. Okay. The blocks now go under your feet. Okay, so curling up. And you see about planting flat blocks, make sure they're really stable under your feet. You're gonna elevate the legs, okay? So we're gonna start with the feet higher, and the hope is here that then the hips get higher, and you're just achieving a different sensation, a different range of motion accessible for the tops of the hips and the thighs here, okay? So I'm gonna elevate the feet, but again, we want the feet to make sure that they're super stable on those blocks. So if you're at all questioning, skip this and just do it on the feet regularly, and you can lift to your toes, okay? And yeah, up, up, up. All right, so generally as the hips get higher, the chest gets higher, everything gets higher, and you may feel more of a load on your shoulders, okay? So be prepared for that. The hips go higher. Maybe even want to go on the toes and walk those in and then go even higher. Just exploring. See if you can take 2 more breaths wherever you've landed here. The options. And then the exhale, make sure the hands are out of the way, make sure the feet have plenty of stability, and then lower the hips down. Those blocks maybe are in a really nice spot to bring the back of the thighs to and let the knees drop off. Let the arms open up and come back to rest. Breathing in and breathing out. All right. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, and we're going to remove the blocks so they're not in our way. Bring the legs in, and you're going to rock and roll yourself forward and back a couple of times, rolling through the spine, 1, rolling through the spine, 2, and rolling through the spine, 3. Balance point, balance point, balance point. Knees in, right? Chest up. If you want to lift the legs, boat. Awesome. Set the feet down, hold on to the backs of the legs, and lift the chest top. Plant the hands next to the hips or a little bit behind. We're going to send the hips through the hands. Okay, so fingertips, blocks, lift up, and then send the hips back, leading you towards a fold. Rocking, feeling the sits bones walk back. You're coming forward. Nice time for a blanket too, if you want to get a little extra lift. If you're still feeling like you can't get that hip pelvis moving forward, sit on the edge, spill off, and support by lifting the sits bones up a little higher behind you. You can hold on to the big toes, hold on to the outer feet, hold on, gripping through the mat, grab your strap, your choice. Pull the belly in now, scoop that and see if that helps you fold more comfortably, or maybe find a little bit of depth. Inhale, lift up here. Let's draw the left knee in and then drop that left knee out. Okay. Still squaring towards your leg. Inhale up, exhale, fold. And ground through the left shin and the back of the right thigh. Inhale, lift up. Okay, so we're going to open this out to a little bit of a straddle. I'm going to begin to turn so that I'm facing more the lengthwise of my mat. I'm going to keep my right leg out as much as I can and then bring my left leg around. Okay, so I'm in like a saddle or half butterfly if I was in the knee out. Okay. And then this time we're going to fold again center, but I'm in the straddle position, right? So inhale, top. Exhale, fold. I'm still spilling the hips forward to come into this. Okay. I can bring my hands again in front of me, behind me, elbows on blocks, elbows on the earth. Okay. Bring your right arm over towards the right leg, turning the body that way. Okay. Hand is inside. This is a nice one if you like to come onto your elbows to bring the ground up. So I can bring the back of the forearm, palm up onto it. Or you may be able to end up that on the ground, okay? So I'm using the arm, right arm and right leg connection or the earth connection to help rotate towards the left. And then the left arm reaches long up and then side bending. And the two arms reach together to make that happen. right? The right arm is helping me to find rotation. The left arm is helping me to find length. And come down as low as you'd like, or stay as high as you'd like. You don't need to force the left hip down. It may be lifted. Think again about the left shin. And then release the left arm, use the right arm to lift yourself up and out. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing with the left leg in front. If you wanna turn back to the long ways on your mat, you certainly can. I'm gonna just hang out where I am here, starting by bringing that right leg in. Okay. Bend the knee first, and then drop it out. Okay. The right leg is coming up, right? The legs are making a bit of an L, and I'm working to square myself right towards the left leg, okay? Inhale, root to the earth, lift above, and then reach forward, coming down. Right. What did you like on the other side? Did you like to be more upright? You believe it or not, you may get a deeper stretch of what you're looking for on that hamstring doing two things that will surprise you. One, staying up a little bit higher. Two, even bending the knee a little bit, okay? I just put a little tone in the leg is what I want to do. If you are coming down to meet that foot and it's there for you, really try to line up the foot as if it's against a wall. A block can provide that feedback in the four corners, like you're actually standing on it. And that might be surprising and how that really changes up through the leg, right? You may have a great deep fold that where the ankle loves to sickle in one way or another. So let's take 2 more breaths. And then as you inhale, turn on the spinal muscles, lift up with control. Okay, and then we're gonna move that leg out to the side, or however you wanna think about coming into that half straddle. Right heel is right in towards the center of my line of the body. So the shin, again, is gonna be the grounding principle. I may think about the back of the left thigh, the back of the left heel, and we're moving forward to start. Hips moving forward, body lengthening with. Okay. As we begin to come up, that right hand's ready, the left arm moves in, and we're gonna take that left arm over to the left. Okay. See if you can take the palm up if you're going to that depth, otherwise you will want to keep the hand down. And if you're keeping the hand down, making sure that you're not rotating the shoulder in. So that palm up really helps us to find more space usually in the chest. That's why I love using the block, and that block can go right any height, but that usually really helps to open into this rotation. Using that, broadening through collarbones, right arm up, and then taking that right arm overhead. And then just pulling in here. Breathing through those lines of stretch sensation that you're feeling, right? And then wherever you ground, it's that little bit of tone, that little bit of root and rise. It doesn't need to be overdone. And then inhale, lift us up now. Awesome. Let's come into Sukhasana. So you're gonna cross mid shin. If you like fire log and want to go right to it, go for it. Okay, but I'm crossing mid shin, heels aligning with knees, open triangle present. Okay, so not closed in, these are out. And then you can lean forward here, elbows onto the legs, getting a little bit of gravity assist. You can fold right in. And the reason why I like to emphasize having a little bit of tone, root and rise, that rebound effect, that little turn on, is because it helps us access a more active stretch versus a passive. And active stretches in general just provide more strength and actually more mobility, more range of motion than a lot of passive stretching. When we think about the most kind of common cause of injury in the yoga practice, it comes from passive stretching, not active. So we go to keep a little bit of tone, because with that idea of the active stretching, as I said, you're creating a little more strength in the system. That's great for mobility. Strength does not inhibit flexibility, it actually promotes it. That's good stuff. And it keeps us working a healthy level of our end range, okay? So if we're just passively dumping into a deeper and deeper stretch, and we don't have the muscle fiber tissue quality to support that, you could see how that might be a recipe for an injury, right? Too deep of stretching, too open, too much without having the intelligence of quality of how to support the joints. And that feedback loop of knowing when you are going too far, right? Because if you can't control your range, then I'd rather not be there. But then there are times like this where these are deep muscles that we're working through these outer hips. They're like not overstretching. So when we think about sitting in a cross-legged position like this, right, we actually are trying to surrender a little bit. Here's where some passive stretching is not a bad idea. It's not a big range of motion. And then come on up. All right, recline onto your back. Again, no danger of overstretching here, full surrender, right? Completely passive pose. Shake out the legs, open up the arms, and settle in here. Let the breath go. Find a yawn if you'd like. A sigh even. The eyes sink heavy into the sockets. I'll wake you when it's time. We're here, whatever parts of the body still feel alive or talk to you. We're not trying to tone anything. We're inviting them to let go. So breathe softness into the belly, softness into the hands, softness in the toes. Bring the legs together, stretch the arms out overhead. Get a big old yawn. Bend the knees and draw them in towards you and hug them into the chest. Rock side to side. And then roll yourself to your favorite side. And press yourself up to the seat. And close our practice together. Hands at heart. I thank you for joining me for practice. Thank you for moving, getting the blood flowing, sweating it out, building strength inside and out. May you reap its rewards. Tashmana Shri Gurudev Namaha. Namaste.